Maya entered the pool thinking she was alone, until her billionaire boss saw everything. Maya slipped into the rooftop pool just after midnight, the city humming below like a restless animal, and for the first time that week she exhaled. She was a junior operations analyst, invisible by design, working late hours to keep a sprawling real estate empire from wobbling. The pool was supposed to be empty, a perk whispered about by night staff who trusted her quietness. She swam slow laps, thinking about her mother's medical bills, the intern she'd covered for, the landlord who wouldn't wait. Kindness, she'd learned, was rarely loud. At the edge of the pool, a shadow shifted. Maya froze, heart stuttering, water lapping against her shoulders. She turned, ready to apologize, to flee, to explain herself into thin air. He stood there barefoot, jacket draped over one arm, watching with an expression that wasn't anger but something like awe. Elliot Crane, the name on the building, the face on magazine covers, the billionaire who signed her paychecks. She braced for humiliation. Instead, he asked softly if the water was cold. She nodded, embarrassed, and said she'd leave. He shook his head, surprising her, and told her to keep swimming. They talked from opposite ends, voices echoing off glass and stars. She spoke about spreadsheets and small mercies. He spoke about loneliness at the top. When she mentioned her mother, the words came out clipped, careful. Elliot listened, really listened, the way people rarely do when time is expensive. The next morning, an anonymous deposit cleared the hospital account. Maya thought it was a mistake. Days later, an intern thanked her for a second chance. Tears bright, confidence returned. Maya connected the dots and felt both small and seen. At the quarterly meeting, Elliot paused the room and asked Maya to stand. He spoke about quiet excellence, about people who hold the world together without applause. His eyes found hers, steady, grateful. That night, the pool lights shimmered again. Maya swam, not alone this time, carrying a warmth that had nothing to do with the water. Elliot returned occasionally, never intruding, sometimes sitting with coffee, sometimes just listening. They spoke about books, about mistakes, about how wealth can amplify silence. When layoffs loomed after a market shock, Maya stayed late modeling alternatives. She refused to accept that numbers had to hurt people. Elliot noticed, asked questions, challenged assumptions. Together, they found a path that cut bonuses at the top and saved dozens of jobs. The room exhaled when the plan passed. Afterward, on the roof, rain threatened and the pool was still. Maya admitted she'd never planned to be brave. Elliot smiled and said bravery often looks like showing up. They watched the city breathe, windows blinking like constellations. Maya felt the shape of her life shift, subtly, firmly. The water reflected them both, different worlds sharing the same surface. She dove once more, steady and sure. Above, Elliot waited, not watching everything, just enough. The city hummed, patient, generous with second chances. Maya surfaced smiling, knowing tomorrow would ask for the same quiet courage. She was ready to give it. Across the water, Elliot nodded, a small acknowledgement between equals. The pool lights dimmed as clouds gathered, and the night felt kind. Somewhere below, phones rang, trains ran, lives continued. On the roof, two people shared a pause that changed everything. Maya swam until her arms were tired, then rested, floating, listening to the city and to herself. Above her, the sky opened, and the night held them gently without asking anything in return.